Okay, welcome to episode 63 of my 248k run on a Ribbon World. Last time we put together this train that we've now just had delivered to the lab with a lot of fusion tech on it, which is pretty exciting because there's a thing we needed and we needed a lot of it and there's a lot of fun stuff to do with it. I did kind of faff around a lot between episodes, like swapping out a bunch of trains. I don't think there's many normal basic trains left now. I think they're mostly all the supercharged diesel trains because that's kind of cool. There was some military science that was its sort of bottlenecked, so that's fixed now, and military science is now doing its thing. This train is just parked over here on manual mode, on just expansion duty, and like nothing over there really matters. It's fine. And yeah, we built up in that time 12,000 fusion tech and clicked through some other kind of useful sciences, and now it's time to go and maul these things because there's quite a lot we want to do with that. And where's this? I have a blueprint somewhere for just like generic hey here are assemblers without any recipes in them, but like a lot of boxes and things like that that are useful. I don't think I need nearly this much more at this point, but we're gonna slap it all in there and figure out something to do with it later, because the first of the cool things that we can do with this fusion tech is, like, I wanted tokamak reactors. They sounded cooler, they also took more fusion tech. Turns out they're too cool and I can't have them yet anyway. The Stellerator fusion reactors, not that much fusion tech. I could have not worried about exactly how much of the stuff I needed, but we want a lot of these. Let's set this recipe. Let's see if, yes, some of these numbers are a bit silly. Change that to 200. Change this to 200. We're going to get a lot of Logibot requests in, but the rest of these numbers look pretty fine. This one's coming from further away, isn't it? So let's bump that to 200 as well. So then also let's upgrade that inserter, and then also all of these guys looked like they probably need power poles, so let's just quickly sort that out for them. And yeah, let's just make, okay, probably not 2 stacks, let's just make a whole stack of Stellerators, because the thing we realized last time when we were putting this fusion tech build together over here is, yeah, we had like huge numbers of these things. 15 of these things, was happy about that, was getting a lot of work done. Then I saw how much power grid they used, and we don't actually have the power grid to make all that work. And also these are still just kind of Nickelback listing Ugg boots wearing basic fusion tech recipes that are just doing stuff with the protium and the lithium. There's also still this, like, not very much of this stuff. There's like some in this pipe and some in this pipe of much smaller amounts of maybe more useful stuff. Is this all? Oh wow, this protium is just full. Okay, sure. I was thinking I was going to have to expand these things, but everything is just slow enough that I've got so much protium that I don't really need to care. But yeah, we need more power grid so we can have more of these things, and then also some to deal with these other special types of things. And the way we're going to get power grid is with a bunch of these reactors, which are still just getting here slowly, but that's okay, because there's some other things we want to do as well. Cool thing we can do, numbers 2 and 3 are bot upgrades. So I've got, yeah, those guys are different colors. So we've, in fact, we've set those things up correctly, and now these guys are requesting, what are these? These are made from a bunch of stuff we got in the mall, and then also drone parts, and then also tier 1 bots. And these guys are also made from tier... Oh, I wasn't going to do these here, was I? Yeah, these are not going to go like this at all, as it turns out. There was a different plan for those things. I'm sure there was something else I wanted to maul, though. Yeah, I did straighten out the logistics a bit, and then I did notice that there was also coal in there. Oh yeah, yeah, and then these things, turns out they're pretty wild. They do not much damage to allied structures, which is pretty great. Like, I reckon we just get rid of these things, and then have these hypercharge grenades? Hypercharge grenades, yeah. So, it looks like one of the first two clusters of damage, like either the 35 plus 50, and then the 10 plus 14 or something. The other, like the last 1,000 plus 1,500, looks like it doesn't damage allied structures, which is wild, because that means one of these grenades will one-shot anything that's not a behemoth, will like maybe two-tap behemoths, maybe not quite two-tap behemoths, because I don't remember exactly how many resistances they've got, while also probably not even hurting my Spidertrons. So these things are probably going to be pretty standard, and also have like quite a large range. And okay, so it looks like the throw range is larger, and then the other damage, I mean, it's still, yeah, throwing these things around the mall is kind of wild. Not necessarily recommended, but I think we do want more of them. And then I did see somewhere as well that I had coal in the logistics storage. So we're just gonna make, yeah, we'll make another 2 stacks of these grenades, make some more. I think I've still got quite a few grenades for this thing to just have, but we're gonna get a lot of these out. And then, yeah, so we've got one. Let's grab this thing and put it somewhere and look at it, because I did have other stuff I was going to do today while I was waiting for some of this other tech to happen. Oh yeah, a bunch of tech passed as well. Like we're now kind of close on several of these. In fact, I reckon we can kind of resequence these a bit to have most of these complete. Maybe even this episode. Maybe we get all of these done this episode. But that would be all of the military tech we kind of wanted to do. I guess we've still got to actually manufacture the nuclear weapons we want. But yeah, so it's yeah. Yeah, that's right, because, yeah, so the reason why I think I'm not going to be able to play with tokamaks yet is we've got kind of these 4 recipes for doing fusion stuff. I was wondering if fusion was going to end up completely free, and of course it isn't. We need to feed things into fusion power to get these Stellerator and tokamak generators doing things. But the tokamak needs deuterium and tritium, or otherwise just deuterium. And those are the ones that I'm struggling to produce in large volumes, whereas, yeah, the Stellerator also has a deuterium tritium one, but also has a protium lithium one. This one is easier. This is the one we're already doing. And we've got, I mean, we can probably even just go and put that stuff on a train. Which might be what we do, even though we're kind of carting it to the other side of the base. So this looks pretty viable. Then we've got somewhere, is it these heat exchangers? Yeah, these heat exchangers, which we'll be able to convert that into critical steam, and then these big turbines. So let's actually, yeah, let's wander back over. Here's my little section of the stuff. That's fine. We want, how many of these things do we want? I think, how many Stellerator reactors do I want to start with? I think I want to start with 4 of these things. Like this will be these, yeah, each of these gives us 2 gigawatts, and so starting another 8 gigawatts of power grid seems like it's a decent move, given that we're kind of on about 5 now, and we want, you know, a lot more than that. And also when we threw down the fusion research last time, that took us to like instantly 9. So this, starting off with 4 of these things seems like a pretty decent idea. Then for each of these reactors we want, because ratios, we want 5 of these, so 20 is actually the right number, and then we want twice as many big turbines, 40 of those, and then we also want a bunch of speed 3 modules, because it turns out you can speed module the liquid heat exchangers for literally no downside. So we're going to do that. So then also, we're going to need pipes and things like that, and I think the place we're going to build this new power plant, because we've got this lake over here, is going to be over here, though I don't know where exactly yet. Maybe we get rid of some of these things, maybe we use some of this water. In any case, the point being, this build train, may as well head back to the main mall, and then I've also got, yeah, so I've got landfill here as well. So I think we do another little pipes request, because we're probably going to need some of these pipes. Do a little bit of a pipes request. Silos we've got, I think we're going to need normal tanks as well. I've got normal tanks. That's probably fine. And then pumps. Are pumps one of the yeah, pumps are one of the standard things that's just in the build grid, so I don't think we worry about that either. So we kind of set that up. We wait for we've already got 3 of these things and the one I was kicking around over there. Okay, so yeah. So the tokamaks are still too trendy for me, can't have them yet. They require fusion components I don't have. But these ones are going to be pretty manageable. And then I guess we just build, actually let's not go and commit to building an entire stack of these things. Let's just go like, oh, they'll be in the fusion stage, won't they? Because they are a fusion power plant. Let's just make 8 of these things, and then we can just increase our power grid like 16 gigawatts at a time, which is pretty nice. And then also these inputs also want to, yeah, that's fine. We'll have a lot of stuff, and then I've got a bunch of things, don't I? And then, yeah, there was a different thing I wanted to do. I wanted to automate the tier 2 bots, but kind of not here. Kind of wanted to automate them, for example, here. And I guess also here. Yeah, so if I have this bot automation, then we can request... Let's do this which way. I mean, it kind of doesn't matter at this point. Although it would have been... Yeah, I kind of wanted some other different kinds of boxes. And I guess I've got iron boxes over here, don't I? Because these are often a wall item. And then I also need filter inserters for this next trick. I don't need that many filter inserters though. In fact, I need exactly 2 filter inserters, whatever. Okay, because... Yeah, if this requests everything except the logistics bots, and then this requests everything except the oh no, wait, I do want those requests. I do want... Yeah, it's the other way around why we want this. Yeah, we want all of these things to be requesting, and then I wanted this box here, because I don't know exactly how many of these things we're building at any point. But we still want to go... Yeah, I do need more filter inserters than that. Never mind. Okay, I guess we go back for filter inserters at some other point then. Do I have... Yeah, probably just regular inserters for that. So... We're requesting regular construction bots. We just don't have regular construction bots on the network because we're not building any of them anywhere. And then I did want, not those, these. I do actually want a bunch of these, and also provider chests. Yeah, sure. Because what we want to do, the reason why we've got these filter inserter things. Oh yeah, other situations that we ended up in at the beginning of the last mission. This is probably an LDS train. Yeah. So we're kind of low on LDS. We're low on LDS. In fact, it looks like it's caused quite a large train jam. Never mind. We're kind of low on LDS because we don't have enough copper. Whatever, we'll deal with that later. We're also kind of low on... Yeah, where's a rocket fuel station? We're also kind of low on light oil still. Yeah, this train is still waiting to go to a train station that has light oil. The petrochems are kinda sad at the moment. Yeah, we've got apparently enough light oil. Yeah, we've got actually a ton of rocket fuel, so rocket fuel is fine. Low density structure, kind of sad because we don't have enough copper in. This is... yeah... we're not going to worry about that yet. We're still making things at a somewhat decent rate, probably. I need some other LDS train to be... Yeah, I need some other LDS station to be still making LDS so that train can move out of the mall. But mostly I'm going to ignore it. This is going to like take care of itself eventually, because we wanted to deal with this stuff. And the plan for this is... yeah, construction bots... Logibots. This one here is probably a decent example because this guy's requesting a lot of stuff. What we want to do is put in a passive provider box tier 1 Logibots and tier 2 construction bots. And then we're just going to suck all these things out of the network, and it's going to be fine. And we're going to take this and put it in a bunch of places. Probably by... Yeah, these... Yeah, these are all picking things up. It's the ones... It's the bots on the right-hand side. That yeah, these ones over here are, yeah, like this guy. This one is the one where we want to be. Is that actually powered by anything? It is. Yeah. These ones are the ones that we want to be pulling out the bots. We also don't want to pull all the bots out at once, because we possibly run into the situation of accidentally pulling... Yeah, because the number of logistics bots we've got at the moment is going down, and we kind of want to make sure that we're still putting enough in the network to be able to get things done. But we are seeing some really zippy bots now, which is pretty fantastic. Yeah, I guess this guy... Yeah, so... Actually, these... yeah, and then these roboports over here as well are also roboports that I want to make sure... I guess... Yeah, I guess when bots are taking things out of the station into storage, that is when we also get another good hit of, like, bots ending up in these roboports. But mostly, these guys are just... What? How fast do you craft? Can you have... You know, you can't have modules, of course you can't have modules. That would be silly. Yeah, 10 seconds, okay. I don't care so much about the construction bots, but the logistics bots, if we can upgrade a whole lot of the logistics bots, that will make me happy. And then you also need just a lot of more of these things, which are coming from further away. So let's upgrade those requests. This is just like a delivery latency thing. But then, yeah, then we should be able to also pull... Which of these roboports tend... Yeah, I think it's going to be the ones around the labs, isn't it? These... Yeah, these ones here that I'm interested in pulling all of the bots out. But again, not really all of the bots, just a lot of bots. We'll worry later about being able to catch more of the bots. But at the moment, this is just going to pull some decent number of bots out, and... Yeah, any bots that kind of settle in here will get pulled out of the network, they'll get upgraded into other bots, and yeah, kind of low in LDS, oh well, never mind. All these bots doing these kinds of things. Yeah, this is completely normal, this is fine, this is what we wanted. Okay, so we've automated 2 things with our fusion tech, which is cool, and the third one, I don't know where I want to put it, but the other thing we can do with fusion tech is... exotic science. So 10 of the fusion techs turn into... Can I module this? I can't really module this. I don't have the modules that this will help yet. But we've got... How much of that stuff do we have at the moment? 110? Yeah, okay. So we've got 110 of that stuff. We've got some decent number of fusion techs, although we did just make a bunch of reactors, and also... We've just automated bots, but never mind. But if we've got like 100 structured exotic matter of each kind, this is like 20,000 exotic science, which is a decent chunk. But also how fast do these run? 200 exotic science in 3 seconds. Okay. I don't need very many of these at all. In fact, I reckon I just like... I reckon we do this entirely with Logibots, because the structured exotic matter, already just Logibots. Science moving over here, already also just Logibots. Fusion tech ending up... Do I have any fusion tech left? Yes, down here. 11k. Cool, fine. Yeah, zippy bots. Also just fine. Yeah, I reckon we just have... How many of these things? Let's have... Let's do this, because this is the exotic matter, let's do this with the pattern that I basically don't use anymore. But we can do this in the weird flower-shaped pattern. And this will let me have 2 request chests here. And they are requesting quite a lot of stuff, but also whatever. And then we want, I guess... How many... 3 seconds? I mean, I could have some efficiency modules and have some speed modules for lack of other modules that I would be able to give you that will give me productivity bonuses that I'll be a bit sad about, but whatever. I mean, mostly I wanted to think about, do I need to worry about giving these things fast inserters? And I think the answer to that is yes. I think this one, these ones here have to be fast, but then I don't even have stack inserters. These ones going to need to be stack inserters. If not, just straight up double stack inserter. Actually, that's a good point, isn't it? Because we're looking at producing... Yeah, this is going to be rough on the stack inserters, because these are now crafting speed 2.5, and we should actually power some of this on, really, shouldn't we? If we're going to be doing this. Yeah, this is crafting speed 2.5, which means we're hitting one of these things, yeah, roughly every second. This thing is massively inserter bottlenecked. What is the stack? Oh, the stacks are huge. Okay. I don't think I worry about that. I think we just leave that there doing that. Is that true? He said, and then did a different thing. Cool. Good job. Is there somewhere that I can... Yeah, I can go there. So now we're going to have 3 of these... Yeah, we're making exotic science. Is this even... I don't think this is going to be the rate of exotic science I need. This also feels weird, just because how much of this stuff comes out so quickly. But we've actually got exotic science. I wasn't expecting to get exotic science done today, but whatever. What are we waiting on? We are waiting on... Is it military tech? It is military tech. Okay, if we're waiting on military tech and we have some cache of purple tech, then I think yeah, so we're not going to do the military tech. I just think we just start on Star Engine. And then, because military tech is still happening slower than my other kinds of technology, I believe. Hopefully not by much. Yeah, green science is probably the largest. Okay, yellow science is having issues, let's not look at it, but it's, you know, fine enough. Purple science also... Wait, that's rocket fuel. Purple science... No, it just changed. Purple science also having weird issues. Yeah, I think I have no idea what that was, but it's grim. And I don't think it was full buffers. Yeah, okay. Let's presume that everything is going fine. And we're just going to check in with Star Engine. Yeah, everything is... Yeah, research is happening. We're just going to let that go and do a thing and come back later. And at this point, we have... It looks like we have blasted the entire... Yeah, we didn't need this much of this thing at all. We are mostly limited by structured exotic matter. Oh well, moving on. I'm not even going to, like, tear down that build and have less of it. How are these bots... Yeah, there's some really zippy bots in there. And then these guys are also just... Because the thing is also, if I have... I reckon I can probably get away at this point with just pulling all of these bots out. Because... If those other bots are that fast, why don't I have symmetrical roboports on this side as well? That will be a thing that will make me much happier. Are they supposed to be here? Yeah, there. Then, like, because the initial concern was I don't want to pull out so many robots that I disrupt the logistics network that's kind of important for making everything happen. But at this point, with all of these bots, with these tier 2 bots, I want to find an example of these tier 2 bots. Yeah, I mean, they're going so fast, and also I've still got... yeah, okay, no, I'm pulling large numbers of bots out of my Roboport network. I'm down to, you know, only a couple of hundred bots free, and most of these bots also just living in these chests waiting to be upgraded. But it's fine. We're gonna claim that that's fine, walk away from it. I also don't know... Yeah, I don't know what... The other thing I didn't look at that I probably should have been a little more careful about is Like, what exactly is lithium batteries, eh? I think I'm automating at least some of that. Yeah, what is the charging? How much electricity do these things use versus the previous ones? Max consumption 63. Okay, so they take about 10 times as much electricity. Cool. But also, they travel like 200 kilometers an hour, so they travel about 5 times as fast and carry about twice as much stuff. So overall, I'm going to say it's still a thing we're going to do. It's fine. Can we then also, like somewhere around here is my lithium battery mall automation that I kind of didn't care all that much about. Where did it go? Have I actually automated lithium batteries? Maybe they were a thing I decided... I must have needed them for train things at some point. Where is my lithium battery automation? Is that why my bots are sad? Down to 300 logistics bots. Maybe... Yeah, because the thing I was going to do anyway, and I guess we just do more of this now, is lithium batteries. Iron plate, steel, lithium. Yeah, that seems fine. Yeah, grab a bunch of those things, get yourself some stuff, have yourself some speed modules. If my bots are depending on these things, then let's just build more of that. Where am I getting... I guess the thing is, I think there's one of the rich water stations down here. This is where the lithium is, but I would rather that at this point we can just iron chest that, because one of the other things we can do at this point is we can also just request lithium. Where is... That's the having lithium. Yep. And, you know, train number 1, enable lithium less than, say, 400. And yeah, that's going to be completely fine, because this means that... Oh yeah, here's... No, they're tier 2. They're tier 2 batteries. I have no idea where the lithium batteries I had either were or should be. I don't even know if I think I had automated them somewhere in the Logimall, but whatever. But now these guys, yeah, steel, iron, lithium, all things that will turn up in the Logimall. Hopefully the number of Logibots is kind of increasing, although, yeah. Let's actually check that. Yeah, I've taken 2.2 thousand logistical robots out of my logistics network and put them in the other bit of the logistics network. So probably, I mean, if we go down to 0 logistics bots, we're unhappy, but also this is still, yeah, we're now waiting on production of lithium batteries, which are not super fast, but... You know, I mean, we're gonna say this done. It's gonna be fine. It's fine. We're good. Things are good. Here's some landfill. Here's some nuclear power stuff. Although there were some other things I needed to do this as well. Decided I needed fluid wagons, and I do have a couple of these trains. So that's all pretty good. You can go to the West Build Depot, and we'll figure that out later, because the thing I was going to do first is wander back over here. Because the things we needed for the Stellerator fusion power grid happen to be the things that I was already kind of making in bulk here and here. So, I mean, can I even fit a train station here? Is that too cheeky? I mean, there's already a train station. There's a train station down here as well, which is just dropping stuff off. I think we... Yeah, and then this is still set up so that any more fusion tech I put in here we can have running through this way. And this was you know, a supply from here. If we're using all of this stuff, we should probably preemptively bump these modules from, because I think they were all tier 1s, weren't they? Yeah, so this will just straight up increase the amount of like lithium ion whatever kind of stuff it was doing. And then the train station, I don't have any train stations. We'll have to go back and... Oh no, we should also have some train stations in the mall on the other side, yeah. We wanted the train station... Okay, that's going to be... Yeah, whatever. Yeah, nice fast construction robots, it's so wild. Here, and then 4 fluid wagons. Because... Can I find one of these? Yeah, just put one of these somewhere to look at the recipe. Doesn't actually take that much protium and lithium. It takes like 15 a second of each, which means I'm manufacturing both of those things here. I reckon I have like one of these things here and one of these things here, and then a bunch of pumps. I don't have pumps. Pumps like so. And then this thing very nearly lines up. But it's kind of going to be in the... Okay, we'll just... I mean, neither of these things are particularly high value in terms of this... Yeah, neither of them are particularly high value. The things of which are just kind of stuck in here because we're not actually using all the protein we're making. These ones are the high value ones. I think there's a recipe somewhere that lets me... Oh yeah, this is just like the protium sink. I can just get rid of a pile of protium with this one. But it's this recipe here, yes. Each tritium is worth 500 fusion data. So the 4... I don't know how I got 0.6. That's pretty weird. But the 4 tritium that are in here, and you know, some amount of deuterium in there but as well, but whatever, that's worth about 2,000 fusion data by itself. That's kind of valuable. Whereas all this protium, you know, we got 1 million protium now. It's fine. We don't even need to worry about this. I think we are going to prioritize this into the fusion supply, but I think we only want to worry about having... Oh, there's so many of these things. Uranium, protium. Not just regular protium, right? Let's start... Okay, so we can't easily... Where is this guy going to reach? Yeah, we'll have... Yeah, running out of things that I need for builds, but I'll have these in the other bit of... We'll have this in the west grid as well, so it'll be fine. This is just normal protium, isn't it? Yeah, normal protium. And then have one of these here, and we will have... Like, I kind of want a lot of this stuff, but I don't need a full tank. But, I mean, I'm also not really concerned. The one that's actually really a concern is this lithium. And I think we're just going to do... Why have I not... I guess because it's just filling at the rate of... Yeah, it's just... Yeah, this pump is going in at some speed, and then this pump was pumping, and now this one is full. This one is pumping at the same speed, and it's completely fine. Yeah, then we want this to kind of go in the same way. Give me this pump so that I can put it here so that I can circuit condition this, and then find the lithium... Heated uranium, tritium, sulfur, helium, iron, lithium. That's the one I want, isn't it? Less than... I also said 200,000. Yeah, which is... You know, which is a lot. But also... whatever. And it's going to be kind of important because this is going to be our power grid from now on. So it's going to be kind of a big deal. And... yeah, presumably these guys keep up. I haven't really been worrying about ratios for this bit much, but never mind. Okay. Let's just leave this train here, because I kind of want both of these to fill up with lithium. And actually this... this pump is quite possibly going to take the lithium away from these fusion reactors, which is probably desirable given that these fusion reactors are what blasts the power grid, and this lithium store is what provides the power grid. Protium and lithium. I just want to check that these are the things that go into, yeah, protium and lithium. Yeah. And then we're going to do lead coolant things. Oh, wait, let's also check that the lead coolant train is still there, because that's going to be part of the plan. That's not the lead coolant. Is this the lead coolant? That's not the lead coolant either. This is the lead coolant. The lead coolant train is not there. Okay. And I've got one. Okay, fine. Okay, we're going back to the core, because we've got some more things to pick up. In this time, yeah, let's like scroll a bunch so the UPS has some issues. But otherwise, get this train also back to the build in case there's things in these depot boxes that are not completely full, but could be. And then while we're back here, what did we... Oh yeah, I've got 2 trains, that's going to be enough. 3 fluid wagons. I think there's only 3 fluid wagons in the soothing lead thing, isn't there? That's not the lead, that's the other place that's using the lead. No, there's 4. I mean, I could do it with 3 trains. Yeah, let's just do it with 3. That's kind of weird. Okay, fine. Not core anymore. We're going to the have soothing lead, wherever that is. It's alphabetical, it's just there. Full cargo. And then we're going to have to create some new things. Why am I going around and... Yeah, train pathing. Sure. Good job, train pathing. You are strange. Yeah, so we actually haven't got... Yeah, we actually haven't got the power grid online at all yet, have we? And we're kind of... Yeah, we're kind of... How... Yeah, we're pretty consistently using all of it, and then the big turbine stuff from the other researchers kind of doing a thing. Okay, I think we need to keep this... Actually, I think I do want... For reasons, let's... Okay, we'll have bots bring that other one, that's fine. I think we want... I think we're going to have 4 of these after all. I mean, we definitely are now. I was, like, warbling about making a decision or not, and now that decision has been made because it's now there and present. And yeah, now we've got to wander over to... Where are we building this, though? Are we building this here? Are we building it here? We're building it here. Because we've still got rail connections through the bottom here, which are fine. I think we might see if we can build it over here. Or even... Yeah. I think we wander over there. We will definitely need the lead. Oh, do we have offshore pumps with us? We do have. That's probably going to be enough offshore pumps. Because the thing is, we don't actually... Like, the reason why we're doing liquid heat exchangers into critical steam into big turbines is the big turbines... The critical steam recipe doesn't need much water. And so we can get quite a lot of power grid done without needing the giant water stuff that usually happens. What I did want to check is how we're doing on our bots now. We're up to 134 bots. Cool. And an even 500 are just construction bots. Okay. But the thing is, most of those bots... I mean, let's just go check the science to see whether... Where's the science? It's all the way out here. Is the... Yeah, like, I wanted to check whether or not these things are keeping up, and maybe it's just slow because the Star Engine is a slow tech. Maybe there are a lot of requests and I just need more bots. But also, I mean, we'll work through the supply of bots. We'll just put more bots on the thing. I think this is going to be one of the situations where the conclusion is to just not worry about it so much. Okay, so we're in a different grid which does have all the bots it needs. So we've also got yeah, somehow we're going to have to figure out how we have one of these things, and it's... What are these? Charged neutron containers? Okay. But then it... Podium, lithium... 300 lead coolant and 1 sec... Oh wait, was the... These ones were 1000, okay. So these charged neutron containers are less good for power grid, and if I need charged neutron containers, I can get them from a Stellerator fusion reactor somehow. Okay, cool. But the one we really wanted is this one. Why don't we have a train out of fuel? What train even is that? That is... Yeah, okay. Do I have a train. We will go and sort this and then worry about it later. Yeah, this is the disadvantage of mucking around with the train supplies and changing one thing to the next. And then, how far away were you? You were all the way over the other side of the base. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a drive, isn't it? Yeah, mucking around with... And then this one's in the way, hogging the intersection. Okay, it's fine. Yeah. Mucking around with changing trains and things, and apparently I didn't put as much fuel in as I thought I had. Let's actually check that... Yeah, so this guy's got a fuel request. Is it this one that doesn't have a fuel request, that needs a fuel request? And then this one also does have a fuel request, and these trains are also all changed. Yeah, I was thinking about moving all of this as well, and just doing the mining and the centrifuging here, and then doing the rest of this more in the middle. But also, whatever. We're still... Oh yeah, we're stuck behind... We're stuck behind another train, but we're not that much slower anymore. Or at least the other trains aren't that much slower, because everything is kind of at this pace. As we're passing this, let's just check on the rest of this space, and it's mostly fine. All the blue science is running? Yeah, and then how many of these guys... How many of these things are dead? Some number of them are dead. We're really not getting much out. But whatever. Okay. Then, there was some iron over here that was also... Yeah, whatever. Not worth looking at those now. Oh, that's why. This is one of the trains that I didn't swap over. And I have one of these left, and I'm pretty sure this has... Yeah, all of those. You can have all of this. How much do I have? Yeah, you can have all of that, and then just... Keep doing the thing. And then we're going to take this train and wander... Yeah, so yeah. Good job. Another train that has been swapped out of the thing. Yeah, so we've got to figure out how these nuclear lead heat exchange things fit in a pattern that's nice, because we've kind of done this somewhere. And then also big turbines. Oh, that's right. The deal with big turbines is they've also got the both ways fluid exchange things. But yeah, the rates of things we were looking at are this one. Yeah, 1,000 lead coolant into 1,000 hot lead coolant per second, and then the critical steam is also 1-to-1 with water lead coolant. It's basically 100 of everything per second, so it's 10 cycles of this. And that also means that per Stellerator, we need 1,000 water a second to get the 2 gigawatts of power from the Stellerator, which sounds pretty good because that's just one offshore pump, and not even that difficult to do. I think we're probably still... Okay, we have arrived. I think we're probably still getting rid of some of this rail grid just so we can make everything fit. But the thing I wanted to do was figure out, yeah, if this is the critical steam thing, yeah, because I think I want to do this with four different, like 4 different complete builds for each of the 4 fusion reactors we're going to throw down. I think we're going to do And then thinking about this stuff, if this is handling 1,000, even 100 per second, if this is spitting out 1,000 per second, this 5 of these things will just work like that. And then if we have, actually we don't even need that, because these big turbines will just share their stuff. So we can have big turbine, big turbine. Do I want to pump here? I kind of want to pump here. I don't actually think it matters. But I think we are going to realize we don't have pumps, but that's fine, because somewhere we'll be able to queue a pump, right? From over here we can queue a pump. And then, like, I think this, is all the heat exchanger part of this needs to be. I think for reasons, the build train that's currently sitting in the, the build train is not sitting them all. Okay, good, because otherwise these things would kind of be loaded back, and we kind of don't want those things to disappear in this way. But yes, but if I get, oh yeah, and then speed modules, because this liquid heat exchanger doesn't use electricity, doesn't create pollution. There are literally no downsides to just making this thing go faster. And so now, instead of being 1-to-1 with big turbines, it's now 1-to-2. And if I can fit, and I can fit 5 of these things in here-ish, then that's everything I need for one Stellerator, which is kind of wild. I don't think I'm going to put it there, though. These... Okay, so the inputs are both on one side. Yeah, the fusion inputs are both on one side, which are probably on the train that's somewhere else. And then both of the lead outputs are on the same side of this thing. Oh, well, yeah, I think we're still... Well, you know what I should have done? Do I have those with me? I have the advanced roboports with me. Amazing. Because that means I can just pick this thing up. Yeah, this pump is complaining because this power pole doesn't connect to any of the other power poles. So this pump is trying to be powered by this big turbine, which doesn't have the stuff it needs. Unhappy pump. Different kind of warning message. Let's get this guy out of the way. And then, yeah, all of these things are going to make me sad. Was I going to bother with that even? I don't think I was even going to bother with that. I think we're going to Control-C all of that, because that's the useful part of the build. Give me these back. And then I think we're just going to blast... We're definitely going to blast all of that stuff. And then I think we just blast all of this rail grid. Even these? Do I need... Maybe I do need that as an additional line. Don't know. Let's just commit to having this space as well as this space for these Stellerators. And then the thing we're going to do is, because this is fancy and I don't know how much space I'm going to need, we're going to have... Yeah, we're going to have some special roboports on here, just because why not? There? Is that in a good... Yeah, that's still kind of symmetrical, isn't it? So we're going to have one there, and we're going to have one here, and then we're going to run over here and have one. And I actually accidentally had 4 of these left. Oh well. Bots complain about not having... Oh, they're not... Yeah, they're complaining... Yeah, the bots are complaining about not having these things because I have them. I kind of need to put those things down. So that should mean that we still have a huge amount of build range on all those things. Actually, I was thinking... The other thing I was thinking about is... Where do I put the fusion fuel station? But it kind of doesn't matter, because it's like it's such a slow... Like, I need so few inputs that I don't think I actually need to worry about where the input station goes. It's all going to be about managing... Yeah, it's all going to be about managing the shoreline and the... and the critical steam and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, so now we've got a decent bit of space. How many of these can I fit in? Okay, that's the wrong time to press shift. Yeah, let's get some of these guys out of the way. How many is that? 7? Is this looking pretty good? How am I getting the fuel through? Maybe we just run the fuel in here or something? These links are also definitely not existing, are they? Yeah, let's just continue to committing to make this work. And then we need a bit more landfill, like here. Why are there... Yeah, bots are eventually getting here? Sure. So this is going to be 4 gigawatts of power on one side of this thing. Let's give bots all the heat exchangers and all these, and then also some speed 3 modules, and then I'll keep the landfill because I'm pretty fast at that. Then, yeah, the thing is, where am I? I need a place to be putting these 2... Actually, I need 3 train stations, but one of them kind of doesn't matter, with which I don't have train stations. Cool. Because... Is they going to be in the right place? That's not quite going to fit. It does need to be here. Because I've got this train of this liquid lead coolant, and this is just going to go around in a circle, not really doing much, in a way that doesn't really matter. Have I at least got... I haven't even got... I should at least have these things powering these big turbines. Okay, that's kind of silly. We're going to take all of this and move it a couple of tiles to the right, so that they are at least powered by these power poles. And then these ones also powered on the inside, so that's all kind of fine. And, yep. And then that's 10 of these things, 20 of these things here. Yeah, each of these things does 100 megawatts. Each of these things has 200 megawatts. Yeah, that makes sense, because that's kind of, yeah, the numbers we were talking about, yeah. Can I get... Yeah, okay, so let's figure out where Stellerators will be going. Because I think the plan is going to be, if I can have some of these things here, and then some of these things also over here, this hopefully gives me enough space in the middle to have 4 Stellerators doing everything they need to. So this train station... Hamburgers, yeah. This train cannot get to anywhere it needs to, so we're going to have to just go into manual mode and back this guy up a little bit. Where can we... Yeah, it's going to be down here, and then it's going to loop around to the top and do some silly things. But, Hamburgers was the name of the station we wanted to go to. Yeah, you go and do that when you get about as close to... Yeah, that actually wasn't. I should have just stayed on the train. Oh well. These things also do need power grid up here, but that's really not a concern. The thing I was... Yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason why I landfilled these things, yeah, and why I was looking at this spot here, is that I think now we can get this blueprint that we've not seen in a while, and just have... That was in the wrong place. Let's put it at least in the right place so that all those things overlap. Yeah, you don't get to be one of those roboports. You get to be a special roboport because you're in kind of a special place. And bots don't have that yet, but never mind. The point about this was this spot here. Is it this? Where's a translation that I can queue? This spot here? Yeah. This place here looks like... is this... Yeah, this is going to be heading the right direction, isn't it? Trains will turn up on this track and be able to turn in here to here. Because then what we want to do is we want to get... This train stop is for the train we put all the way over here. Basically this pattern, except that we're going to reverse we're going to reverse the... Oh, cool. I needed to do this without... I need to do this without the rails because rail planner. I should be able to have this go here. Yes, and then we just reverse the direction of each of these things. And this station here is now... what did they even call the other station? We're going to call this fusion fuels, and then we're going to try and find the icons again. Not helium, protium. These aren't. Oh, lithium was one of them. Protium. Yeah. I mean, it would help if I was looking for, you know, the one thing. I was kind of expecting these to be sorted by like atomic number or something, but they're not. But it still would have been easier for me to look at these things, look at the actual icons, because, you know, that's what we're using to do that. Bots are complaining about not having, yeah, the advanced robot port. Okay, this train all the way over here. This train, this also is going to be a different train station name, and we're going to do this trick. Yeah. So this is never going to turn off. We're going to have... I guess these guys are all just running now. These guys are running as much as they can. I haven't really thought about how much we're putting on this train, other than the fact that, like, we've got a lot, and we should be caching a lot on these tanks as well. But this is just going to be a train to go between these two stations. I should be looking for, yeah, the two train stations that have the pair of icons that are fusion and things like. It's actually not going to be empty, is it? This one is going to be full, and then this one is going to be a pair of fluid counts. So if either of these things equals 0, either the protium or the lithium, like when we empty either of these, we need to head back to the fusion fuel to pick up more of both. And so I think that's probably a pretty robust schedule, and hopefully it just hangs out on this side. And then I think what we're going to do is we're also going to, yeah, limit these as well. But I don't remember which way around that worked, but we will figure out more of that later. This guy needs some power grid connections through here, because that's one of the things that big turbine needs during its day. And we'll just put that. Can't connect to both. Yeah, because we usually went around here. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, so we're going to get a train through here. We then want to be able to put... That was kind of a dodgy way to run, but never mind. This kind of this way, I guess. And these are going to be our fusion fuel things. And I guess this means, yes, no train coming. And we need to landfill this bit as well, which I'm not really all that sad about. Yeah, so we also haven't actually figured out which is this. This one is the lithium. Lithium. Less than... yeah, let's also go 200,000. And then this one can be... Oh yeah, that was kind of silly. You come back here, because we emptied one of them and not the other, and then the train decided it had somewhere else to be, which is fair, but... yeah, we're just going to kind of... see if we can do this quickly. Are we still actually... I know, because we connected to the manual. Okay, fine. Okay. Yeah, the other way we can do this is just... Yeah, sure, whatever. Do this. Okay, so now we can sort these pumps out. Protium less than 200k. Why don't you connect? You should connect. You're aligned at the station. Okay, now you're connecting. Okay, that's good. So now we can go back to setting up these conditions again. Fluid count. I'm remembering where these lithium and protium things are at the moment, so that makes that slightly easier. And yeah, just keep on going with that stuff. So if the reactor situation, if either of those things are equal to 0, and they should all, I mean, like, in theory, all of this balances all at the same time, because we're using the same amount of it when we get into the Stellerators over here, and then that's just the thing we actually need to figure out where we're putting it. Let's have... We can actually mirror these, so we can figure out where this goes. We probably can't mirror these, though, can we? Yeah, no, we can't. Was kind of not expecting to be able to, because, you know, fluid inputs. But we can take this thing and rotate it, and it's going to go here. And these are going to be slightly different patterns, because we've lined up the big turbines with the things. But I think we only... Like, we don't need all 4 gigs now. We're going to soon, but we won't yet. Mostly we just want to get this recipe this way up, and then how are we fitting? Can we actually just fit? We're actually super close to being able to just straight up. Are we 1 tile out? Okay, if we are 1 tile out, then you guys are all shuffling over by 1 square. I think I'm actually 2 squares out, aren't I? Okay, in that case, oh, you guys with your rubber ports. Okay, fine. We will do that slightly differently as well. I mean, other reasons to have bigger rubber ports, because we're actually going to move all the stuff around. It feels like it's going to be another long episode. Grumble, grumble. There were other things we wanted to be able to do. But yeah, give me this back. Give me... That took a long while to pick up. Yeah, and then where did they go? Here's one of them. There's another. And that means we can also just grab all of this stuff and shuffle this over 1 tile. Why are you... Oh, okay, fine. And then I think, in a kind of wild way, this... Yeah, I don't need them there, do I? Yeah, madness. That actually kind of fits. That's kind of bizarre. That's not what I was expecting. Okay. Then... Do we have... Did I bring silos? But the bots must have silos, because silos are one of the standard kits. Yeah, so I think... Yeah, we're gonna have to set these things again. These also need power. We actually have to power these to start the fusion reaction, but overall I think that's probably fine. And then 10 of these here. Because the thing is, and this might actually be worth doing, he said, committing to definitely doing it, is... Yeah, this is not actually going to leave a whole lot of spaces there. Never mind. Because the thing that struck me is the first 5 of these heat exchangers are here. So if we just start this... And also if we start it further back, then we're still fine because the inputs are all on the top side anyway. But if we start this like here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this... We can actually just cut this stuff here. And then we've got 5 exchanges, and each of these Okay, the water situation, we also need to get more water in, which means we now need 2,000 water per pipe, which is going to be a shame. But okay, so we're going to cut, yeah, we're going to cut all of these. This 5, this one here also needs to cut. But the plan here is, and now this one is in, this is just one tile off, as it turns out. So I'll move this back by one tile, and then hopefully this plan arrives at fruition. Because the thing that strikes me is we can have this going like so. Yeah, and then we can also just pump because we've got pumps. Yeah, this one needs to be here, and then we do need to get more water through, and I think we're just going to have, these two don't need to exist, we're just going to have more water running through here as well. I think that's going to be how that works. And then we need offshore pump here, with more, yeah, with more pipes over here apparently. Will these guys? No, they won't. Okay. So that's going to be, hopefully that keeps up. But we've then just got to get the hot stuff out, and that should be, that actually worked out pretty well as well, didn't it? This is, other than the fact that I think this is an extremely long episode, that worked out oddly well, because now we need to do a similar kind of connection here for this one, and then we've got 5 exchanges. Okay, the big turbines are all kind of doing weird things because they're all connected anyway, but that's kind of fine. I think we will look at tagging a bunch of that stuff in. This tree's in the way. Where is... Actually, we need to bring this... Yeah, this one we can bring... Okay, so those fluids are no longer balanced. But whatever. Yeah, we can have this here, and then... We shouldn't have unbalanced them too much. Which are... This one looks like it's the lithium, which is here. Yay, pipe spaghetti, and then... The protium is here, and this is... And then liquid lead coolant is the only other thing we need to get in. And then that's kind of why we've got this tank for stuff. But I think we... I think we just manually force one wagon's worth of stuff in here, because the various pipe capacities are going to mean that nothing will ever end up full anyway. So yeah, I think we just bodge this together, and then we worry about how long the episode is, and then we have fusion power. Then we check on how many bots. Yeah, then we check on how many bots we've got in the logistics network. So this is now, we've now got liquid lead coolant. We are now making really hot liquid lead coolant, which is cool. These, if this wagon empties, and it should, then I can get... Are they complaining about not having pumps? No, they're complaining about not having other reactors. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, this is... I'm gonna call this successful. And so yeah, so now we have a closed loop of liquid lead coolant. We've got a reactor going, we've got these, okay, not really. We've got these 5 liquid lead heat exchangers doing liquid lead heat exchange stuff, right? Yeah, sure. And then we've got these, in fact, yeah, this big block of big turbines turning on and off and being a bit silly. Yeah, that looks pretty gross. But this all probably works. This is all fine. This is probably when we get the next one of these reactors online, all of this will smooth out a bit. I think the thing that means we can do, and I didn't really want to be researching Star Engine at this point. I kind of wanted to be finishing off these, but we probably have the techs banked up at this point anyway, is somewhere over here. Yeah, there's a bunch of these reactors, of which we would like more. And previously we were struggling for power grid, and the claim is that we have just fixed that, although we might need more lithium, which is a thing that we can't quite solve like so, but we can kinda... Can we get another 2 in here? Yes. Yeah, so we've now also extended lithium. Extended crust lithium, those bots are fast. We're going to get more lithium out. We're going to put more lithium in this tank. We're going to take more of that lithium over here. I reckon I'd probably build... I don't know if I plug in the inputs for the rest of these. We're going to do... I'll probably build the rest of this in between because it's going to look more or less like this. There's going to be more manual shepherding of liquid lead coolant into a dedicated tank for each of these things, and one of them will like connect down here and like, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, whatever, nice little closed loops. And then this is going to be, yeah, this one kind of double-sized square will be more power grid than the 3 other power grids we've all built so far, and there's also still a ton of empty space in this that we're not even doing anything with. Wild. Yeah, I think that was long. That was probably long. Yeah, but we built some power grid. That is a place with that feels pretty good. Yeah, power grid. Definitely. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, things are fine. It's fine.